Hello, everybody, and welcome to 10 Things I Wish I Knew About Crimson Desert Before 100 Hours. So, for this first tip, it's going to be pets. You know, everyone says it right at the start. Just get out of the way. Get your pet. It doesn't matter what you get. I haven't gotten a cat or anything. I've gotten a dog because I found my actual real life dog right at the start of the game, right here. This boarhound. You can see him literally as you start the game, and he's just my dog in real life. That is my dog. So there's my boy, and you see there's a bunch of stuff on the ground because I've just been killing these Mekwu Knights, and they're just a bunch of crap on the ground that I don't want to pick up. And as you can see, they keep respawning and coming at me, so there's a lot to pick up. Every once in a while, I'll help it, just pick up whatever crap's here. Right now, it's just a bunch of gears and lubricant. But as I'm sitting here fighting, he's just going to keep picking it all up for me. Because he's just that awesome. Nice and easy. As you can see, I haven't really picked up anything. He's still going. He's still picking it up. See, look, there's 5 cogs right there. There's another 4 cogs. And you have to remember when using pets that if your inventory gets full, like right now I have 93 slots out of 160. If my inventory gets full, the dog will just despawn because you can't hold anything else. So there's no point in trying, So just remember that, and we'll move on to the next. So first we're going to cover traversal. So if you don't know, trees, they're very useful for traversal. Just grab it, winch it down a little bit, and then you just fly. That was a total fail. But you can combine that with something else, and you can also choose the trajectory of where you launch. So let's use this tree, for example. So I'm going to grab right here. I'm going to get a bit closer to the tree and pull it down. This will launch me more up than forward. The farther away you are from the tree, the more forward you will go. So up. And now we're going to do a little thing I do. So we're going to fly, go into focus mode, roll, and then unleash. Look at that speed. And I'm not holding the button to speed fly. So it's using the stamina like we're just doing a normal glide, but we're not. If you combine those two things together, you can fly really, really quick and very, very far. Or you can just jump and do it on your own. So I'm going to start flying, focus mode, roll, and then unleash. Very, very fast. And made it even better now that the stamina problem is fixed, since they buffed it. And also, when it comes to the 2 movement skills, where's the aerial pull, just that where you just pull yourself, that one's fine. But my favorite one to do is the aerial swing, because you can swing, you can fly, and then you can do it again. And you can just keep doing that until you run out of stamina. It is a very, very nice way to get around. It also helps when trying to climb cliffs. Whenever I do use that pole, it's just to climb small cliffs like this. But when I'm trying to climb big ones, you want to do the swing. So this, Cliff could just climb this, and I could just land there, it's fine. But you could also just do this. Just whoop, fly, grapple, swing, and boom, I'm up. Very easy, very simple, really nice movement. And I'm going to do the flying thing again because it is just so much fun and it looks like you're breaking the sound barrier. So again, fly, enter your focus mode, and then you want to do the aerial roll, and then unleash. Look at that speed! And again, I'm not holding X, or I'm not holding the button to do the speed fly, I am just doing the normal glide. That's my tips for traversal. I will see you guys in the next clip. Alright, for this tip, it's for more combat against ranged enemies, people who use ranged attacks, or for an endgame boss who shoots a lot of fire. And there's also a robot enemy towards the end, and there's a bunch of lasers shooting down. That's all I'm going to say about that one. I won't spoil it, but you can use Nature's Snare to grab the projectiles, deflect them, and it will actually hold them, and you can shoot them back at the opponent. So if you don't know what Nature's Snare is, you activate your focus mode, like you're just trying to charge up your spirit, and then you just spin around. For me, it's the right analog stick, and you start doing this. This is actually a shield. It will cover the majority of your character's body. Even though it only looks like it's in front of you, it's not. It can go for quite a long time, depending on how much you have, or how much spirit you have. And this will grab, like I said, it will grab the projectiles that enemies shoot at you, or just anything shoots at you. And then you can click R3 for me to unleash, and that will actually shoot it right back at the target, doing a stupid amount of damage, and also a very, very stupid amount of stagger damage. So if you want to quickly build a stagger bar, and there's enemies just shooting at you, or it's one big boss who just won't stop shooting, just Nature's Snare and fire it back. Alright, for tip number 2, we're talking healing and food. So early to late game, honestly, you can just go with grilled meat, toasted grain, and grilled bird meat. It is by far the easiest to get and the best. At least until you have a good source of apples and stuff. And then, like, if you have a overabundance of apples, you can make some plain soup, and that is perfect. But the reason I go with grilled meat is you can just come here by 10, 6, 12, 8, 10, 7, 9. And then you can go to your butchers at your shop, or your camp, and you can buy more there. And we're just going to come over here. We're going to cook. So right here, at the very top, you got grilled bird meat and grilled meat. So you can see I can cook 13 of that just with the lean bird meat, and 25 of that just from lean meat, because I was hunting a little bit. So all together, with all the bird meat we have, we can make 23 grilled bird meat. And it is amazing. Just gonna cook, spam circle to skip, and there we go. Now we're just gonna do the same thing. There we go. There's 23 cooked bird meat right there. And the grilled meat is my favorite one to do, just because you get more out of it than everything, because the grilled bird meat is pretty much the same thing. You get 140 health from the grilled meat, and it's really rechargeable very fast, and you can just spam eat it, because there's no reason not to. So there's 25 grilled meat right there. There's another 15. There's 12. See? Nice and easy. Just bought the stuff from the store. Then we go down right here. Use the marbled meat. Then we use the tender meat. The marbled meat was 6, the tender, or 7, the marbled meat. Tender meat was 6. And then right here, I got some peas. That's used for grains, so I'm just going to cook that up. And boom, there we go. I got some more, but I'm not going to use lentils right now. And you can see I had about 65 food when I came here. Now I have 129 of grilled meats. I have 13 toasted grain, and I have 46 bird meat. Stupid easy to get. Just come to this chick right here in Hernand, located right here on the map, right next to the grocer's shop. This guy, you can buy apples, you can buy grains. So if you want to get a bunch more food, you can just go to him, buy toasted grain and stuff. Very, very simple. All right, tip number 3. Just go to every single store and talk to the people. Because we're here in Xemnas, and I haven't gone to most of the stores here. I just came here, talked to the lady. So when you open their stores, most of the time they will always have a small bag. Buy the small bag. Every single time. It's only 50 copper, and it increases your inventory slot by 1. It doesn't sound like much, but with the amount of stores that there are in the game, it's very easy to upgrade, very easy to get all of those extra slots that you're probably pretty desperate to get at this point. Alright, my next tip is to always max out the reputation meter for blacksmiths, honestly anything that you have at your camp right now. Focus on maxing those out. Because we'll go to this guy right here. I haven't talked to him at all. If I hit greet, there you go. I got 5 experience for him.
You found the best.
That's it. I'm going to hit the gift button, and then I'm just going to gift him a bunch of thin hide. There you go. Maxed out. Done. That's it.
This is for you.
Give that to him. Talk to him again.
All
Like you're
my
going to buy
weapons are
something.
crafted with
And then we
care.
get this, the equipment supply contract. So I'm going to take that.
My weapons are unbreakable.
Actually going to buy all his ore and stone, everything.
Good choice.
Insufficient slots. Cool.
Hey,
Love
Black,
that.
remember me when you...
Now, I'm going to show you guys why we want to do that. So we're going to go all the way back to our camp at Howling Hill. Yawn of the day. And now we're gonna come to our, there we go, our smith, the guy we buy stuff from,
A man's gear can be his saving
and we're gonna look at
grace.
what he's selling. So,
Or his
you know, it's nothing
downfall.
fancy, just some stuff from other shops that I've maxed out.
Wear your armor.
And now we're gonna go to my inventory, all the way down. I'm going to use that supply contract,
Like a work of art.
talk to him again.
Time
And now look,
flies with
he's
a
selling
hammer
different
in
gear.
hand.
See, we didn't have any of this before. He wasn't selling a gun. I don't think he was selling a musket, but he is now. He's selling some extra stuff. He should have extra ore when it comes back in stock. It just increases what they sell. So it takes a portion of what the
Use it
other
well.
shop was selling and just puts it in
Hey,
your
if you're
camp.
in a
So if you
bind,
want to stock up your
you know
camps
where
and
to
stuff,
find me.
go do that. All right, next tip. Do not, and I repeat, do not ignore your camp. I ignored my camp so much, and I regret it. Because it is the greatest place in this entire game. So the missions that you're going to want to focus on if you're actively trying to do it is, first off, the Scattered Embers. Just get these done because you will get more people to join your camp. It's very helpful. And then you want to do the Grounds of Sunshine. Grounds of Sunrise. This one is actually how you get people to join your camp. This one, and it'll get you like 2 to 3 people every time. And then once you go down here to where there's more, you'll get 5. Then there's like 4 or 5, sometimes 6, and then there's more. And then you'll unlock different things. Like right here, I'm able to increase my camp after I complete some more missions, and I can build a farm. And then I can build a place for cattle, and they will give me, I can just grow my own apples. You see it right here? Here's a rumor. I can go grab more people to join my camp. Here's another one. And if you look right here, every single time you do it, a rumor, a rumor, a rumor, a rumor, a rumor. Every time you go to the rumors, You get Abyss artifacts. There's another Abyss artifact. There's another one. There's another one. And there's another one. So I have 2 free upgrades I can go get. And this one gives a modest silver pouch. This one gives honey tea. This one gives holy water. This one gives a Pilmar pill. This one gives a feather, or 4 feathers, and 3 copper ore. They are so worth doing. Go do them. Trust me, it's worth it. I know everyone says to not ignore your camp, and then they ignore your camp. So, just right at the start, we're going to go with the next tip. So this one, it was pretty annoying, but also it makes a lot of sense. Like, it's kind of obvious, but at the same time, it's not obvious at all. You know. So right here, we have the Grey Main Camp and we have Hernand. These are probably the only 2 things that you're ever looking at when doing side quests, right? Just scroll down. You can scroll down. That's the thing. You have the Crimson Desert, you have Payloon, you have Delucia, you have Demonis, and then back to Hernand and the Greymane's camp. It took me hours to figure out that you could just scroll down and then do the quests here. As you can see, I've done a few here and there. I've got 4 of these, 2 of those, 2 of those, 1 of there, and then down in the Crimson Desert, I have done 1 thing. That's it. So don't forget, scroll down, do your quests. It's worth it. All right, now we're talking storage. So I know that the storage in the game is kind of weird right now. There's not a whole lot, but it's probably because you're storing a bunch of crap you don't need. Like if I look over here in my private storage, I've got all of these blue-green glass water bottles. I don't need any of that. I got this little engraved copper earring. I don't need it. I got all of these trade-in goods. Don't need them. I have a random iguana. I don't know why I have that. I don't need that. The only thing that you should be storing in here is like crafting materials, armors you want to collect, and stuff that you know you're gonna need to craft stuff with. Like here, I've got 105 thin hide. I've got 233 cloth pieces. Save those. Those are worth it because you're going to use those. But random stuff like some mushrooms, cool. That'll be nice when I actually want to make stuff for stamina, but I'm not worried about my stamina because I already have so much of it. And here's even more trade-in goods. Here's some random meat. Like, why do I not have that on me? And then there's poultry copper pouch. Here's some copper. I just have money in my storage. Why? Why is there just money in my storage? I don't know. But see, like, I'm not using this ring right now, but I want to keep it, so I'm putting it in there. I'm not using the sword right now, but I want to keep it, but I still have to take the stuff off of it, so I'm going to keep that one, actually. Yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff, like my crafting materials, like my Solicite ore, I'm not using that. Copper ore, not using that. Garnet, not using that. Iron, all the crafting materials can go away. You just need to pick and choose what you want to store. Like, if we scroll down here, see, I've got some parsley. Why? Why do I have parsley in here? My gear and stuff, I understand. And then these are all from quests, so that makes sense that they're in here. But I'm not going to store, like, these lentils. I'm not going to store coral mushrooms. I'm not going to store fang. Or actually, the fangs, yeah, because crafting... Yeah, store the fangs. Store the bones. Store the cloth. Just not the, like, food and ingredients. Keep those on you. Sell them. Like, if you're not going out and constantly making alchemy materials and stuff, like using this Sprotten, I don't know what the hell that is. But if you're not constantly using that, using the coral mushroom, using the lentils, just get rid of it. Because that's just inventory that it's taking up. Like these, I'm not using that, not using that, not using that, not using that. Nope, nope, There's no reason to do that. Brand Thief's gloves. I didn't even know I saw that. Gives me great thief. Cool. Didn't even know I had that. Second thing for storage, if you go into your inventory you scroll down, you can see there's a button down there. It's my left analog stick, L3. I can hold group. Watch this. Look at that. I just grouped my pickaxe, and now I got my logging axe, my pickaxe, and my dark fog lantern, which I'm actually going to equip and swap it out for my normal lantern. They're all right here now. Right here. All my money, group. Look at that. That's now all in one spot. I got all my money, and I got a paltry copper pouch right there. All these potions, group it up. This little knife right here, group it up. All my arrows, grouped up, are now in my projectiles. So now I go right here, look at that. All my projectiles, all my 353 arrows, my 1 shine berry, my 5 poison arrows, and my 12 small cannonballs. Go down to the weapons, group it up. Now you can go right here. Look at that. It's grouped. Very easy to find. So gunpowder, there's all the stuff that I should probably store in my storage box right in one spot. That thing that you could have done, this entire thing. Right here, these oats. For ingredients, group up. Now look at all these ingredients that I have easy access to. I know where they are, right there at the top. All my food that takes up all this space, group it up. Now it's just right there at the top. Super easy to find instead of going and looking for the one thing. Like if I want to go find a specific potion, right here. Nice and easy. Got defense, got attack, got max health and attack speed, and then I got remove debuff. And then I got my refined polymer pill. If you want to group up your armor, hold the button, group it up, and it's just helmets. Group that up. See? And now look how much more space it feels like I have. You still have the same amount of slots, it just groups everything up into smaller groups. Like all my shields and my key items, I keep these ones all grouped up, because there's no reason not to. Boom, group that up again. Then you can go right here, group up all of these, now you got all of your little abyss gears right there in one spot. Super useful, go do it. Seriously, where did I get these from? Alright, so this next one is 2 tips in 1. So my first one is go off the beaten trail. And what I mean is ignore the trails completely. Go off, just explore, go to random areas on the map that you think there's going to be nothing there. Because if you go up here in Payloon, and then way up here, like there's no trails up here, but there is a fast travel point. And then up here, there's also a dead giant you can find with a little toothpick in his mouth, which is actually a great sword that can shoot these weird glowing orbs that track into enemies. So go explore. Just go to random areas. You see someone that looks cool, go there. There's even an area in the game that I know of. I haven't found it myself, but I know it's there. There's a red light, green light Easter egg area where you play red light, green light with a statue. And if you win, you get some treasure. And for another example of that, waterfalls. Once in a while you'll find one with a stone stacked up like this, or just a little path of rocks that you can stand on and easily walk into it, but you can't walk into it because you'll just take damage. And if you're new to the game, you're like, oh, well, that's the end of it, right? No. What you want to do is hold your block button, pull out a weapon, or use your main attack, just your light attack button. Press that, and whatever your melee button is, like right here, I can just go straight for unarmed attacks. So for me, it's R1 and triangle. So I'm press R1 and triangle, and you enter the stance where you can stab through the water. And now you're in. But you're like, hey, there's nothing in here. Just a big rock. Just do a slash. Break it. You just smash it. And then in here is a gold mine. Turn on the lamp. Look at all that. That's all gold. And for the next tip, for when you're mining, use the mining drill. Because in this update of the game, it auto-collects. So right there, I just got 3. I'll do it again. There's another 3. There's another 3. See, it's very easy. Very nice. And there's a bunch of it. There's some on both sides. You just gotta look for the big chunks. And this works with all the ores. And don't forget to level up your mining drill. I haven't leveled mine up very much. But once you get to level 6, you're constantly getting more ore than you normally would have gotten. So those times where I got 3, I might have gotten 5 or 6. Boom. There we go. Pretty sure that is all of it. Yep, that's it. And now to get back out, pull back out your weapon, and then just stab back through the water. Sometimes it will still hit you when you go through. Don't worry about it. It's not going to do much. Alright, for this tip, we're going to talk stats. What are the best to focus on early to late game, and what are really needed, you know? So first off, stamina, by far the most important for just getting around, combat, everything. Just generally the best stat you need to upgrade. I have mine up to 8, so I have 160 stamina. At the very least, early game, get it to 4, so you have 200 stamina. And you're going to need 200 just so you can swing around, use the aerial swings, you can use the aerial pull or whatever it's called. Next is health. Definitely upgrade your health. You definitely need to upgrade this. I didn't upgrade it for so long, and I regretted it because my health bar was just this teeny tiny little thing where bosses would tap me and I would die. And I was constantly spamming food in boss fights because I was going to die every single hit. Not anymore. I'm not really worried about my health anymore. And least of all, honestly, Spirit, I only have 4 levels into it, and I don't even feel like I should have gone 4 levels into it so far. I should have put more into health than Spirit than I have. You really only need like 2 levels into Spirit so that you can get the max little thing. As soon as you start getting those little bars on the side, like you can see those, the 4 bars I have, you're not going to need more than like one of those, or not even 1. Because in an actual fight, like you can see, I drained all of my power right there. And now we're going to sit here and do this. Look how long this takes. In boss fights, you're not going to stand here long enough to be able to fill up all of that. But to just get that bit, that's perfect. That's fine. That's a great time to sit there. And it gives you a few good uses of this before you have to sit there and do it again. Like, see, I got one big one with it imbued, and then I got one normal thing, and then just do it again. The way that I like to do boss fights is I will sit here, I will charge it up until that full fire is done, and there's a tiny bit into the first bar. Then I'll stop, I'll fight, I will pull out a big one of these, and then I'll quickly go back into this. And I just prime, so I'm just gonna run out of this real quick. There you go, done. Second tip, if you see like a level up book, or you know, something to teach you to craft more things, and it's sitting there but you have to steal it, just steal it. Like, you can steal anything you want, as long as you just walk out of the circle like that. I hit that guy with a giant flaming boulder. I just walked away from him and he completely forgot. Like, he doesn't care. I'll even go up to him right now. And look, he doesn't care. See? I don't care at all. Nothing. So that's all the tips that I could think of. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helped. If there's anything else you guys want tips on or want to know, let me know. I'll make them. See you later. Goodbye.